And I love that you've kind of framed this conversation around Amazon ad revenue in that context, because let's go back to first principles. For Amazon, what drives their ad revenue? It's price times quantity, right?
Yep.
Price is the CPCs and the CPMs, and that is influenced by advertiser demand and willingness to spend. But then there's quantity. And I want to touch on that for a second here because it informs my prediction. Quantity is the ad space that Amazon makes available, right? On Amazon, off Amazon, the placements. And if you look at the arc of Amazon ad revenue over time, it tracks very closely with the number of placements and ad space that Amazon has introduced over time.
Yeah.
And if I think about what's going to happen to Amazon advertising, there might be some pressure on price as advertisers pull back. Maybe CPCs and CPMs come down by 5-10%. But Amazon is going to increase the quantity of ad spaces available. And I went back and pulled this information from my notes, as I kind of follow what Amazon's doing. In just the last 3 months, here's what they've done. They've introduced self-service DSP, which is significant because there used to be kind of gatekeepers or prohibitively high costs.
What was it? Like you had to spend at least $50,000 a month
50,000.
or something? Yeah.
Or you had to go through an agency and share seats, right? Self-service DSP just opened that up to a large, swath of advertisers. That was in February. In March, they introduced more TV advertising. They're really pushing ads through Prime Video. And that's not going to be relevant to a lot of the smaller sellers, but for the big brands that have budget or some remaining budget, that's a new channel. And then this is super cool. And I need to give credit to a friend of mine who Eagle Eye spotted this, but we're now seeing sponsored ads in Rufus.
Yeah.
And that was just over the past couple weeks here.
Yeah.
And I was playing around with it just yesterday. Anchor is one of the brands that I love. I looked over them when I was at Amazon, and I was trying to see how I could get a sponsored result from Anchor in Rufus, and it was surprisingly easy.
Interesting.
So, my point is Amazon is consistently increasing quantity of ad space.